We'd like to welcome everybody back to the central session here in the NPA here in Ottawa, Ontario. If you are just joining us, what a matchup we just witnessed between Crestwood and CTA, but we still have some more basketball left here. It's Ryan Greco on your play-by-play, joined by Nick Zeppi on the color commentary. Nick, we had a chance to see both of these teams play a little bit earlier in the day, Northstar Prep and Toronto Basketball Academy going at it right now. Nick, what are going to be some of the keys here for Toronto Basketball to come away with a win here against the Winnipeg North Stars?
TBA's first game of the session, they just came in. They're going to have to apply good pressure, make good shots. I think overall they've got kind of an advantage. If we're looking at who's the favorite, they're definitely one of those favorites to Northstar. I think for Northstar, what they're going to have to do is shake off that earlier rust. Had the flight and then the 5-hour drive. I think we're going to see a much more engaged Northstar team as TBA opens up the game 5-0.
Sammy Jahan knocking it down there for Toronto Basketball Academy. There's a player that's is new to Toronto Basketball Academy this year, making the jump.
Don't leave him open. No. That's the scouting report on Sammy. He's a knockdown shooter, like what he does. He could also pass a bit too. He's crafty.
And as Malachi Alexander had a pretty strong game for Northstar earlier in the day in the win against Beast Prep. And we'll see if he can continue that play here as he turns the ball over, and it's Jahan right away with it. Here's the fast break up, and a big dunk to start off the scoring for number 11, Amir Golizada.
Amir is a guy that's really worked on his athleticism, showcasing it there as Sammy Jahan gets a steal.
And he's just getting involved in every play right now, Nick.
He is. He's very, very underrated. I feel like great pickup for TBA.
Absolutely well said there. And you can see now is it's going to be an inbound for Toronto Basketball Academy. It's going to be Jahan on the inbound. Of course, Toronto Basketball Academy in the whites, Northstar in the blacks. Fan of the Northstar jerseys, the black with the baby blue.
It's nice.
It's clean.
Yeah, it's very clean. You know, I saw the white ones. I like the stripes on the side too.
Yeah, I prefer the blacks. I like it.
Yeah. Shot
goes up, and you can count it. That is number 12 for Toronto Basketball Academy. Kendall Saunders, the 2019, getting it done.
So right off the bat, 10-0 start for TBA. Got some dead-eye shooters. Northstar is going to have to make the adjustments.
And on the inbound now is Segun Akinbalumo. He had a very, very strong game against Beast Prep. Just a huge factor for them, Northstar, defensively and offensively for that matter, giving a lot of second chance opportunities.
After the game, he received a bit of interest from the CCAA realm. So he's a guy that's really going to open up some eyes moving forward.
And that right there is that's Ishan Khan with the drive to the basket. There's another guy who's brand new to the Toronto Basketball Academy. This is his first year here in the NPA. A guy that I've actually had the pleasure of watching for a few years, watching his progression throughout his basketball career. And he's really in that state there as he misses the first free throw. Here, this is his 2019 year, 5th year. Going to look for an opportunity to try and get some offers and some looks here in the NPA before moving on to his collegiate career, but a guy who definitely would be a great addition to just about any collegiate team, whether at a mid-major or even up here in Canada, of course, in UPlay. And we're going to have a quick timeout as we start off. TBA off fire into an 11-0 run. We're going to be right back here in the central session of the NPA. We'll be right back.
We've traveled across the country and back. 7 years running. Canada's basketball talent blossoms right before our eyes. From coast to coast. It's our job to bring it to the light. No gimmicks, just hard work on the hardwood. Who will step up to the plate this summer? Who will make their game undeniable and challenge every man in front of him? Game will speak.
Keep it going. Keep the intensity high.
to the NPA Central Session here in Ottawa, Ontario. Last game of the night, we've got Northstar out of Winnipeg taking on Toronto Basketball Academy from, you guessed it, Toronto. Nick, Toronto, a great job jumping out to this 11-0 lead. How have they done it?
They've been able to hit open shots. I think Northstar has to make the adjustments. This is a team that can hit you multiple positions with three-point threats. I think Northstar will start to settle in as the game goes on.
Akin Balumo finishing there, and here it is, Ishan Khan on the other side.
Ishan's done some good things, got to the free throw line, easy layup there. Nice cut on the baseline.
Easy kick to the end there. And that, of course, is Quentin Cochran getting it out to number 2, Tevin McCallum. He's another guy who had a pretty strong game for Northstar earlier today. Balumo goes up to the basket, and he's going to get called with the charge. Good setup there.
I don't know about that one.
There was no angle.
Well, Marcus Masters setting his feet, getting the hit. And the referees say offensive foul. 13-2 now for Toronto Basketball Academy. See if they can extend their lead here in the early going.
All the props to Marcus, though, for getting there and taking the hit.
Oh, Masters, there's that killer crossover we've seen time and again. Great ball movement by Toronto Basketball. Goes up and in. What a finish there. Creating something out of nothing is Sammy Jahan.
If you're a Northstar, you can't have two guys running out at a three-point shooter and then both flying by him on the pump fake. Got to be more disciplined.
Yeah, and you can see the mental mistakes as Malachi Alexander now tries to reject the screen. Now he takes it as Masters, great defense there, staying with him as it dribbled off his foot. Nice little lay-in, and the lead is increased.
Malachi Alexander stopped playing there. It's not going to cut it here in the NPA. He's got to make sure that he's going 100% the entire time.
And there's a contested shot, no good, but a rebound comes down. Give that one to Ugbo for the rebound as Cochran dribbles off his foot, and it's going to be out of bounds. Toronto Basketball. And unfortunately, we're seeing a bit of a continuation here of the carelessness that we saw in that first game against Beast Prep. And unfortunately, they're going up against a team, Toronto Basketball Academy, who's shown time and again that they can play with anybody in the country. Of course, with the win earlier this year against Crestwood, a team that we just saw, and we've seen how talented they are. So in hindsight, Nick, I think you can agree that they can't afford to have a slow start against the Toronto Basketball.
Definitely not. I think this is going to be a good learning experience for Northstar. I mean, they're an expansion club. A lot of these kids haven't really played against this level, and they'll continue to get better. I see this being a really good stepping stone for them into this central session. Also,
just getting back to the action real quick, Amir Golizada was able to finish off there, tack on another 2 points for him, the class of 2019 kid, standing at 6'7". As you said, a guy that definitely is going to be getting some interest here in this session this week. Great length, great ability.
He's worked on his game, he's worked on his body, he's worked on his athleticism, so we'll see.
Alexander, Cochran for 3. No good. Brings it down.
Definitely Quentin over there, Quentin Cochran, takes a 3, doesn't hit it. Northstar needs to get back on defense or at least rebound on the missed shots.
There's a kick over. Nope, sorry, that's not Masters. And his shot goes up, no good. A little bit of battle underneath there. That was Elisha Ampofo, excuse me. Ampofo is the one going up there. Cochran comes down with it. There's Ugba to Alexander, up. Gonna get the foul, go to the line. And there you see Malachi waking up just a little bit here. Kid out of Winnipeg. He's gonna go to the line for 2.
Tough take. He'll earn his points at the line.
And really at this point, that's what you want to see. You want to see the extra effort. No good on the first free throw. As TBA now moves into position in the box. 19-2 here, 5:09 to go in the first. Just a very strong start from TBA. A lot of transition points. And Malachi goes 1 for 1 from the line. Now bringing it up is Masters. And this is a guy that Alexander, he's going to be in tough today. This is not a game where he can mail it in, or else Masters is going to torch him. Shot goes up. There's going to be a foul. 2 shots. Going to the line is number 11, Golizada. Again, going strong to the hoop.
Marcus Masters, touching on him for a bit, he's got that motor that you're alluding to. So he's not going to stop.
No.
He'll be in your jersey the entire time. He brings his work hat, his pail, his lunch pail to work, and he enjoys it. You know, he's got bundles of energy, and at that size to be as prolific as he is, you need that motor. So big things coming from Marcus Masters.
Yep, and in his mind, it's 0-0 at all times. He's going to attack you in every way. Here's Alexander now. Tries to get it inside, loses it from Ugba. And 3-0 and a finish. Give that one to Elisha, Mpofo. There's a tongue twister if I've ever seen it. Here's Mpofo. I'm going to have to learn his name very quickly, though, because he's getting involved in every play here. Shot goes up. No good there. That's the miss by Saunders. Here comes Ugba. Ugba, nice pro hop there. Rejected, but he's going to go to the line. Great effort there.
Like the pro hop, good move.
Sets his feet, goes up strong. And we've got Emmanuel Ugba at the line. Class of 2021, actually the youngest player on this Northstar roster out of Winnipeg at 6'3".
We've got a alum over here, showcase alum, Emmanuel Ugba. He did his thing at the Winnipeg showcase, got MVP for the 2017 circuit. He's got a lot of potential, as we can see. Good moves here and there. Just needs to really kind of see that different level of, you know, player, you know, that he doesn't get in Winnipeg. So going up against TBA, going up against the different teams that are in the MPA, he'll only get better.
And I mean, this is what these sessions are about, right? I mean, this was something that was a more or less a business decision to see if we could bring all of the teams together for one big event at a time through the months to get a chance to see everyone. Everyone gets to play everyone else. And, oh, Golazada trying to get himself on the highlight tape there.
Easy, Amir. Holy. You know, it's just funny seeing him last year. That's something he wouldn't have even tried.
Yeah. Well, he's hungry now. He's eating. You could see the confidence is building as we have a substitution. And Golazada, he's going to go take a rest after that effort. But I'm sure the coach has got to be loving his aggression.
Definitely. And especially, we talked about this before. If you're going to try something like that, do it with this type of lead. An 18-point lead. Go up there. Try to hammer it down. Not if you're down 18.
For sure, and we've got some substitutions on the floor here for Toronto basketball. We've got Javon Ray, who's on the floor, number 4. And we also have, sorry, he's going to be a second here, number 7, Tajan Graham, excuse me, class of 2019.
Nice take there by Emmanuel Ugba. He's kind of made a statement here early for Northstar, having 4 of their first 6 points.
And Pofo now also going to the line at the other end. He's a guard, class 2019, 6'3", 180. An atypical, you know, U Sports mid-major style point guard. A lot of strength, a lot of aggression going to the basket. Nice shooting form, as you can see there from the free throw line. 23-6, TBA leads, 2:39 to go here in the first. And Pofo makes good on the second. He's 2 of 2.
It's going to be a timeout here for TBA. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, your national champion, Canada Top Flight Academy have went back to back.
It's been such a phenomenal season. The fan base has been tremendous across Canada.
You know, we're telling our guys, listen, man, you got to be ready to play and compete because these guys want it.
I don't want to say bad blood, but competitive spirit is going to be front and center here today.
We work hard, we play for each other, and then when we come here for venues like this, we go to war.
Elijah Fisher.
Everyone's trying to prove themselves. Everyone's trying to show that they're better than other people.
And we're back at the NPA Central session. Last game of the day here. We've got Northstar out of Winnipeg taking on Toronto Basketball Academy. Toronto Basketball Academy off to that fire start in first run, up 24-6 here in this first quarter. Malachi Alexander now at the top of the key for Northstar. Tries to go up.
Be ready, Shay.
And Belumo was under the basket, but it rolls past him, and it's going to be TBA ball. Nick.
Much better floor balance there for Northstar Prep. They were able to get a couple guys on the safety. We've seen TBA go 3-0 in the fast break column, so Northstar making some adjustments.
Some substitutions for TBA as well to talk about. Jaden DeWall getting his first minutes here. The 6'8", 230 class of 2019 forward getting some work in, and there he is getting right involved. And before that, though, there was going to be a foul on, I believe it's Black 7, so Emmanuel, no, it's definitely not Emmanuel. Or yeah, it is Emmanuel Ugba. And going to the line here is Tejan Graham. The lefty doesn't get the kind roll at the line, Nick.
Tejan Graham was playing at, I believe, Scarborough. I think it was Pope John Paul II in Scarborough. I saw him at OFSA last year. You know, his team made a nice quarterfinals run.
Yep.
Or, yeah, quarterfinals.
Loving
eventually,
the knee pads.
Yeah, yeah. Eventually losing to Pine Ridge.
Yep.
So he's a player first year playing prep ball, trying to get to the next level.
Oh, kind roll there by Emmanuel.
Emmanuel Ugba's come to play, and it's very refreshing. He's Northstar's motor. He's a guy that, you know, is getting to the rim at will, and we're going to be calling his name a lot throughout this broadcast.
Absolutely. Nice find outside. Here's Sammy Jahan. Thinks about it, and he's going to get called with the foul. That foul is going to be on number 3, Amadis Nadars McKay, who's he was another guy, a bit of a fire starter there for Northstar in that last game. A lot of energy, a lot of things he brought to the table that, Nick, that we didn't necessarily see on the stat sheet, but just bringing a, just bringing a ton of energy at sitting at 5'9", 165 out of Winnipeg. Ton of energy for him. Also, I'm a fan of the hair. I'm loving the half cornrows and the fade at the bottom.
Hey, you got the hair to do it.
Oh, and he drops his defender. He must have heard us. And there's a turnover. Jahan now on the other end.
Good job by Jahan.
And Pofo, and he gets the foul with the, or no, gets the bucket with the contact. You can see what I thought that was. And the press is on. Toronto gets it back. Jahan going to go up. Oh, great block there by Alexander, though. And Pofo comes down with it. Jahan, pull-up jumper. Oh, that's just pretty. What a form.
Jahan's got great balance on his jumper. He's never out of control, like his game. As Emmanuel Ugba
gets the foul on the ground.
Almost put everyone on a poster there. I know it didn't count, but everyone was playing like it did. Absolutely. And this young man's blossoming right before our eyes.
Yep.
We saw him against Beast. He was not this player.
No, he was not.
He looks a lot more comfortable splitting through defenders.
I think he took a power nap. I'm going to chalk it up to the power nap, Nick.
You know what? That wouldn't be a bad conclusion there, Greco. Wouldn't be a bad conclusion.
I honestly, man, like, I mean, I literally just came off a 4.5-hour car ride with our head video man, Mike Dotto, one of the top
video
guys.
Production manager.
That's right. Yep. And I mean, it was tough getting going right away. So I can only imagine how Northstar's feeling playing a basketball game right now after coming off a flight as early and as quickly as they did. The turnaround's insane for some of these teams.
Here's the flight, okay? So they went from Winnipeg.
Yep.
They wanted to come straight to Ottawa. Couldn't do it. It was an extra X amount of dollars that it just didn't make sense. It was almost close to $1,000, basically, each player. So they had to go into Hamilton. Now, from Hamilton, took the 5-hour drive into Ottawa. and now they're playing 2 NPA games.
No, I'm Coach, I got a cramp. I can't make the flight because I'm afraid that there will be blood vessels bursting out of my leg. I can't
Maybe
make
at
that
this
flight.
point, but come on, Greco. A young 16-year-old Greco? Come on.
Am I making the commitment? Maybe.
Nice job there by Ugba as he gets the steal, but it's quickly erased on the other end by TBA.
Nadars McKay with a great effort there to the basket, but an even better defensive effort by number 19 for TBA, Jaden DeWall. Malachi, and another big block by DeWall. We'll take that, thank you. And a nice little behind the back by Sammy Jahan, tries to kick it out. Open look, and Pofo, you can count it for 3.
TBA's on fire here. They've done a good job lighting it up. Great shooting from the three-point line.
Here's Ugba. Ugba trying to take on, it looks like a man-to-man defense for TBA, and that's going to do it for the first quarter here. And TBA out to an authoritative start, proving why they are one of the top 15 teams in the country at this time, according to the NPH Power Rankings. Well, actually, at this time, currently ranked number 17, but definitely making a case for it. And with that being said, we are going to move on to second quarter action in just a moment. We'll be right back.
Backside, be ready for the screen. Yeah, both here. Yep. Yeah, in here.
And we're back here in the NPA Central session. Second quarter action, Northstar Prep, a bit of a hole over against Toronto Basketball Academy, down 34-9. Nick, some thoughts on that first quarter. What did Toronto Basketball Academy do right?
They did a lot right. They shot the 3-ball well, didn't miss any free throws, and they got to the rim at will. For Northstar, they're going to have to contain the dribble a little bit better, and also defensive rebound is a big one. TBA was all over the offensive glass as Amir Golzadeh puts it up. Emmanuel Ugba gets the rebound, jarred out. Sammy Jahan counted for 2.
Jahan looking to see if he could try and have a career day at this point. I mean, he's just been involved in almost every play and every scoring opportunity for Toronto Basketball Academy.
What is practice like with Sammy Jahan and Marcus Masters?
Oh,
just think about those two guys. Energizer Bunny 1A and 1B.
Well, I'm going to make this clear from now. Sammy Jahan, of course, this being his first year in the NPA, this is not the same kid I remember from last year. For the last couple of years, for that matter. I feel this goes back to the old adage of steel sharpening steel. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you that there was a couple of those early practices where Masters was all over him, and he kind of had that realization and moment where he knew, this is going to have to be how I play now if I'm going to get my minutes. And this is the accumulation, what we're seeing right here, of that. Because he's a guy who, yes, he is starting at this point right next to Masters. But you can see the coaching staff really working those two in and out in between each other, running the offense.
And as you call it, Marcus Masters comes in for Sammy Jahan. So, yeah, you're definitely right with the iron sharpening iron. It's great to have 2 elite point guards like that. And I feel like in today's game, you got to have at least 2 or 3, rotation point guards that can also slide over to the 2.
Oh,
got to have a lot of 1-2s, not too many 2-1s. I mean, it works both ways, but 1-2s I feel like are very valuable in today's game.
Well, and it's never been more important to space and pace, and for that you need good ball handlers and guys with high IQ that can see and make those split-second decisions. If you don't have guys that can do that and handle the pressure that comes with those full-court presses, as we've got a call on Northstar,
So that's the new freedom of motion rules in FIBA and what they're trying to do in the NBA. Whereas when, in the 90s, you were allowed to hold someone like that as they were setting a down screen. Now
Masters.
It's much more free in your movement.
Yep, and you can see Masters still holding on to the ball, getting away with almost a travel there. It seemed like he got knocked off the ball. So some good defense here shown by McKay. And McKay right there. Now, how about that? Nadarce McKay doing a great job staying with Masters the whole way there. You got to give him some credit on that one. Here's McKay, the other McKay for three, no good.
Let's go.
And here comes the rebound. Here's Masters one more time, pushing the tempo. And Golazada, just a little strong, but coming down with it. And going to the line is number 7, Tajon Graham. And this is going to be his second time coming down with the offensive board and going to the line for his efforts.
Northstar has to rebound to finish off the defensive possession.
For sure. And makes good on the first one. And you can just tell, Nick, like how comfortable this Toronto basketball team is. I mean, this is just a tough turnaround for Northstar. You get 2 games after a crazy travel schedule going up against a fresh team that, let's be honest, a big reason they're not in the top 15 at this point was just because of the lack of games and the lack of scheduling at the time. But this is really a team that at any moment is a top 10 team.
Definitely. I mean, they beat Crestwood. They've had some quality wins, and they'll continue to be a top-tier team in the MPA. I mean, TBA's basketball pedigree has never been questioned.
Absolutely. As Malachi Alexander, here's a guy of top-level pedigree coming out of Manitoba. Speaking of pedigree.
I mean, and back to TBA, I mean, they just get Division I players after Division I players. And one of their alums, actually, Ahmed Ali, did very well today in Washington State's game, went for 17 points.
Impressive display
Mr.
there.
103.
As Javan Ray as well, he gets on the scoring sheet. Class of 2020, 6'4" shooting guard, is good with the left-hand finish at the other end there. And as Toronto Basketball Academy.
And as we look at the substitutions, Nicholas Cicciolini coming in, the Ottawa native, former CTA player, making the move over to TBA.
I'm
looking
loving the hair.
to branch out. I knew you would.
Oh yeah, and the old school headband. Oh man, this is a man after my heart.
Jackie Moon?
Yeah, I was rocking the headband back in the day. I can say proudly that I was one of those guys.
You didn't have flow like that, though.
Oh, my flow was not nearly on par. Nice second effort there, but some great defense done by Belumo. And honestly, I feel like, once again, Belumo, a big reason why Northstar got that win, as I mentioned near the beginning of this broadcast, and just every time he gets involved in the paint, he just is a factor. It doesn't matter who he's going up against. I don't care if you're one of the top-ranked guys in your class. Anytime you go up against a guy his size with his footwork and his determination, you're going to feel it. He's going to make you feel it when you're trying to go up for buckets.
He's a mountain of a man, that's for sure. I mean, he's got tons of strength, good pedigree. Like, he's got good IQ, always in the right spot. I like his positioning. As he continues to slim up, trim down, he'll be a guy that whose stock will rise.
Yeah, for sure. As there's Alexander going in, and you kind of, in a way, you're kind of hope. It seems like Alexander at this point in this game is really kind of chosen to keep the blinders on, attacking straight for the rim every time, hoping to get to the line. But on that play right there, anyone who's watching on YouTube, you could replay that, and you could see that Belumo, he was making a good roll, and he had a wide open look at the basket. And you're hoping that at some point Alexander is going to be able to, start finding his teammates off these pick and rolls.
Definitely. I think Alexander right now is in score mode. I think it's something that happens with most point guards as they make that transition from a 2 more to a 1.
Yeah, and with some substitutions on the floor here, we've got number 7, Emmanuel Ugba, back in for Northstar, along with number 4, Julian Woodstock, in from the 2019 guard out of Winnipeg. And he's gotten a defensive assignment right away. Oh, great find of the basket, but rims out. And Belumo able to tip it over to Woodstock, and here's Alexander. Loses a handle on it, though. Here comes TBA. Oh, great defensive effort. It's a foul, but I can imagine that I could imagine that Coach Darren Leonard is pleased with the second effort there from Woodstock.
Definitely no dunks. Those are momentum changers
for sure. And you know what? That's a show of character right there. Doesn't matter what the score is. You don't give any free. If you have a chance to prevent buckets from happening, you do it, especially ones that are going up as dunks. But there you go. LaCroix doing a great job of finishing both shots there. Caillou LaCroix, 2019, 6'5" forward, gets himself on the score sheet. Here's Ugba.
TBA has been able to score through multiple people. Amir Golanzadeh.
There's going to be an offensive foul there on Ugba. Oh, nope, there's going to be, a travel. Travel before the foul. There's Golazada now. Tries to work off the crossover. Kind of loses the handle. Going to try again. Tries to find the open man. LaCroix. They're going to call the hands. And it's going to be on Woodstock.
This level of physicality is not
And Coach Leonard for Northstar displaying his displeasure with the calls. And LaCroix, he's going to go up for, he gets one. See if he can go 2 of 2 from the line here. He's got, if he hits this one, he's perfect. And he is 4 of 4 so far in this game.
I like his shooting stroke. He's got really solid mechanics.
Yeah, you got to love it. Anytime you see the rotation on the ball like that, you know it's a good shooter.
punch, Laker.
A good effort there. Ugba still holds on to it, though. He's going to go to the basket. Oh, nice find inside to Woodstock, who's going to go up. Just can't finish. But Palumo right there, he's going to get the foul. And once again, the difference maker. I might start just calling him the difference maker for Northstar.
I like Ugba on that drive as well. It was a great left-handed dish. Woodstock just didn't have the oomph to finish it over the taller defenders.
Yep, and I really just think that kind of comes down to, you know, you've just gotten yourself checked back into the game. You're still kind of getting your bearings around you, and some players, I'm not going to lie, I was one of those guys where it was you get the ball in your hands that quickly. Sometimes it's just a little difficult to go up and finish. And no excuses, of course, but at the end of the day, that's just, it can only be human sometimes. As Palumo, excuse me. I just love that. Look at the rotation off that little flick of the wrist.
Yeah, he's got a solid shooting stroke.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break here in the NPA Central Sessions. It is Toronto Basketball Academy 45, Northstar Prep 13.
There's one thing I've seen from Kellen Tynes. That guy is not afraid. Very calm under pressure. It's so good in traffic.
Coast to coast on that one.
Kellen Tynes, basket plus the foul.
Kellen Tynes to get on the blow-by.
Ooh, tough take. You know what? I'm done calling them tough takes. I think for Kellen Tynes, it's easy. He is making this a regular occurrence.
Pick in the pocket, Tynes.
Kellen Tynes picking pockets and finishing.
Tynes from deep.
I'd like to welcome everyone back here to the NPA Central Session, last game of the night. We've got Toronto Basketball Academy, their first action of the session, going up against Northstar Prep. And yeah, Toronto Basketball, they came to play this evening, Nick.
They definitely did. First game of the Central Session. They are one of the top teams in the NPA.
Masters, no good. Golazada, though, guess who? Can you think he's going for that double-double tonight?
For sure. I mean, he's Jimmy on the spot.
Oh, we're going to do this again, huh? Jimmy on the spot. Here's Emmanuel Ugba bringing it up. See if he can get something going here for this Winnipeg squad. Oh, nice find inside. Palumo. Oh, he's got to get that spin move going. Misses it. Here comes TBA on the other end. Masters kicks it over. Three-pointer. No good. Wide left. Belumo comes down with it, though. Great effort there. I'm sorry. I'm just in love with this guy. He's just working so hard.
Definitely. I mean, I'm in love with this guy right here, Emmanuel Ugba. He's been one of the bright spots for Winnipeg as he hits
right
the three.
On cue, Nick. He's making you look like a genius.
Definitely.
Knocking down the three. 48-16 at this point.
I think they put the score on the wrong side there.
45-6. It should be 45-16 at this point.
Yep.
And we're just going to get a quick break here while they fix the score. Yep, there we go.
Fix the score.
And according to the referees, it is 48-16, I think. But who's counting?
Go punch. Punch the side. Punch.
Bringing it up, and Ugba again, running a little bit of point here now for Northstar. Alexander now. He's guarded by Golazada. Ugba again, but he's going to get called with that travel. Too many steps. Dribble, then step, kids. Dribble, then step. Or just pass it off.
You got to come to a jump stop as you're catching the ball.
Hey, who's weak side?
Thank you, ref.
Outside, Shaq. Outside.
Here we go. Golazada goes up. Referee says no call. Some great defensive effort there from Woodstock, who's going to get rewarded with the block on the stat sheet.
I like Woodstock's game, like positioning-wise. He's just there, and he gets up there with his hands up. Like, he's a very smart player. He's got good IQ.
Here's Amir. Gets it back to his point guard, Masters. Back to Amir Golazada. Thinks about it. Oh, step back three. Does he have it? Ooh. We like the rotation of it. And here's Ishan Khan. Masters.
Travel.
He's going to get called with a travel. Say it one more time, kids. Dribble, then step.
Thank you, ref. Anytime.
That's right. I make the rules. Anyway, moving forward here, we got Emmanuel Ugba bringing it up. 48-16, 3:50 to go here in the first half. Northstar Prep trying to get some momentum going here. Finish the half on a positive note, if you will. And Belumo, he's going to get called. Nope, it's going to be a defensive foul. It's going to remain Northstar possession. And it's going to be Belumo that's going to be inbounding it. Over to Alexander. Alexander.
Special.
Plays called from the bench. Here's Belumo.
Travel. Nope, foul first.
It's going to be a foul on the reach in there on Ciccolini. On the baseline. We'll see what Northstar can draw up here. Almost stole, but Ugba gets it back. Goes for the floater. Belumo almost comes down with it. Ciccolini comes down. Going to call a jump ball. And the possession remains Northstar. So for the third time on an inbound, Northstar is going to see if they can walk away with some points from this possession.
It's very positive for them, right? Their offensive rebounding has been there. Effort has been there. And Bilombo looking for Tevin McCallum.
McCallum, that's a tough shot there. You kind of would prefer for him to just catch and shoot it. But not happening. Masters kicks it inside. Masters gets the defender off his feet, and another dribble after the step. 3:10 to go here, 48-16, TBA up. And now in the inbound, it's going to be Ugba bringing it up. Here's the inside to Alexander. Alexander kicks it out to Ugba. Ugba thinking about it. Gets it off to McCallum. McCallum, 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's a steal for Masters. Gets it over.
Dunk time.
And a big-time throwdown for Ishan Khan. On the other end. Oh, Alexander with the nifty move, but can't finish. And here's Khan one more time. Shot goes up. And Pofo, yes sir.
And Pofo's been shooting it at a high clip.
He has.
He doesn't want to waste all his threes out here. He's got to keep a couple more in the rounds for the weekend.
Here's Alexander, tries to get inside, turnover. Mpofo gets it back. Nice pass over. Khan gets it back to Mpofo. Nice little give and go and a great little finish with the left hand there by Mpofo. And this young man is impressing me. This is my first chance to see him live, and he's putting on a show.
I know there's a couple university coaches still left in the building. He's a guy that has really impressed me as well.
Here's Ugba. He's guarded on a 2-3 zone here, more or less, or 3-2 more accurately. Oh, there's another turnover. And can he do it one more time? Oh, and he just squeezes it in. 57-16, 1:33 to go. Here's Alexander bringing it up. The 3-2 zone in effect here. Alexander gets it to the corner. And there's going to be a travel call there. As another turnover for Northstar. (57-16), 1:11 to go here in the second quarter. Bringing it up is Masters. Masters gets it over to Saunders. Over to Khan. Masters trying to work off a screen. Drives to the basket. Floater, no good. Rebound Woodstock. He gets it to Alexander. Alexander now bringing it up. Alexander. Double team comes in. Tries to get it to Woodstock. Tipped out by Ishan Khan. And it's going to be Northstar ball on the baseline.
Look at those reflexes by our camera guy, Tristan Trumpour. Nearly missed his head with the basketball. That's high major, folks.
Speaking of Mpofo to the corner. Masters for three. Count it. Marcus Masters.
I think TBA is making a little hut there in that corner. They've been able to hit several threes from that exact same spot. And Malachi Alexander is going to go to the free throw line.
And there's going to be a foul on Masters. No basket. And it's going to be on the, nope, not on the ground. They're going to call continuation. And as a result, Malachi Alexander going to the line.
Malachi Alexander's done a good job pounding away at the pavement. This is going to be his 5th and 6th trip to the line.
Alexander, you kind of want to see a little bit more rotation on that release. Oh, there it is. As he's good, 1 of 2 from the line. Bringing it up now is Masters one more time. And this is still a pretty interesting, intriguing matchup at the point guard level between Alexander and Masters.
Yeah, the battle within the battle.
That's right. A nice find inside, just a little too strong.
Good job by Ugba.
Yep.
On the help side.
Alexander tries to go up. Oh, goes right over Masters. Impressive finish there. And Coach Leonard wanted the foul call on that. Oh, big block there to end the half. And with that, we're going to take a bit of a break here at the NPA Central session. Last game of the night, we've got Toronto Basketball Academy up 60-19 over Northstar Prep.
Canada Top Flight Academy have went back to back.
Triple. He's on the left side, finishes with his right hand, able to just get enough on it.
Man, Kellen Tynes, the court vision on this kid is on another level.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
There's Tynes again, Caleb Suey.
He split a pair of defenders, finessed his way around another that was looking to draw a charge, finished with a nice kiss off the window.
Great body control. There's one thing I've seen from Kellen Tynes. That guy is not afraid. Very calm under pressure. It's so good in traffic.
Coast to coast on that one.
Kellen Tynes, basket plus the foul.
Kellen Tynes again on the blow.
This is a Ricochet production.
I'm Denzel Cummings. I'm mic'd up for Northwood Hoops. I'm mic'd up, so. Nice guy, I'm mic'd up.
Start in Virginia with pin downs. Let's start it on Jakucha's side, and let's get the ball swung. We're not gonna. Let's not be predictable.
One game. We got one game. Let's go. All low. Straight up. Fan you up the armor. Got 6. 1, 2, 3.
Charge, yeah! Good job, boy. Good boy.
Shocking. Shocking. If they missed him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you're playing man.
Oh, my fault.
Next time you see Josh, you tell him one more.
Okay. Listen, when you're running flex, keep on coming, because that's what I was looking for.
We're running that again. You were wide open.
So, hey, 13's good in core. Power.
Now we've gone small.
Yeah.
We've gone small. So now we're looking to pump fake and see if we can drive it if we don't get open shots. So we're in power right now.
Hey, in power. Charge! Oh! Good, hey, it's a good. You good. Good job. I want you up.
Where's the 22.
Yeah, that's what I call.
Yeah, but you got to tell Bonehead to find his best shooter. In the corner, he was wide open.
Oh! Ain't no more playing around. I ain't playing around no more. Eight seconds! Yeah! Audrey, come here! That's you! That's what I mean! Good job! Read it. You have to read it. It's not a play, it's a read.
Just go dribble entry, and let's get it into Josh.
Josh, look at me. Get up and dunk it. He cannot handle you. Purple. I'm in front of him. He's legit grabbing me, throwing me.
Because you're getting into his body. Get off his body. Right here, he can't grab you. Here, step towards me. That's all you got to do.
2 minutes, just for a bit. You got 4. Just for a bit. Good minutes.
They can't handle you. They can't handle you. End this game. Yo, let's go. Oh yeah! Go! Oh yeah! Now, Matt, stand up when he hits a shot. When he hits the shot, Matt, get abs.
Don't worry.
Gas.
Shot. Get a blow. Yes, buddy.
Oh yeah, Steph! Hey! Casey done? I know, man. Hey, look at this guy. Look at this guy, man. You know what you're doing, man.
He's up next. He's up next.
And we'd like to welcome everyone back to the NPA Central session. We've got our last game of day number 3 here, happening between TBA as they have a comfortable 16-19 lead over Northstar Prep. Of course, keep in mind, Northstar, second game of the day after a brutal travel schedule, had them driving 5 hours up here from Hamilton after getting off a flight. Whereas Toronto Basketball Academy, Amir Golizada throwing it down. Fresh legs is the key words in this game, fresh legs. As we've got Belumo now working on the inside. Nice pass there, though, to Emmanuel Ugba, and as a result, he's going to go to the line for 2. And Emmanuel at the line. And of course, this game is, of course, brought to you by Indochino, the official outfitter of the National Preparatory Association. Going to have all of the head coaches looking sharp as ever at the Nationals later on this season. Thanks to Indochino. Big shout out to them. I will receive my check later in the mail. Nah, I'm just playing. Anyway, getting back to this game, Sami Jahan now back on the floor after sitting out most of that second quarter. Can't get himself an assist there, though, as there's a missed shot. Bringing it up now is Tevin McCallum for Northstar. Gets it over into the corner. Finds Belumo. Gets himself out. Here's Cochran over to Alexander. Good ball movement here shown by Northstar here in the early third. And Belumo one more time. Gets it over to the open guy, but it's going to be a block. And Belumo there, though. Johnny on the spot, getting it done. And Northstar now at this point, you really just have to believe that they're treating this like a 0-0 game all over again and just trying to have a strong quarter after a rough first half, giving up 60 points. Here's Masters in the corner for 3, air ball. Coming down with it is Emmanuel Ugba. Ugba now. Almost gets caught with the travel there, but Malachi Alexander bringing it up now. Alexander gets it over to Jahan. Shot goes up, no good. Great defensive effort. Golizada tried to save it, but he's caught out of bounds. And on the inbound is going to be Segun Akimbelumo out of Winnipeg. 6'7" forward.
Hey, Laker.
Gets it in to Ugba. Ugba now gets it over into the corner. Good defense there by Toronto Basketball Academy. But staying with it is McKay. Nice up and under finish. And there's a guy that we've seen do some very solid things here, Jackson McKay, as Quentin Cochran comes down with the interception. Forcing the turnover. McKay off the dribble now. Oh, tries to get it on the inside. Nice find to Cochran, but can't finish. And coming down with it is, guess who? Amir Golizada. He's going to run the floor now. Thinks about it. Gets it back out to Masters. Masters thinks about it as well. Working off the screen is off the screen by Kendall Saunders. Masters still with it. Gets it back over to Saunders. Gets it into Masters. Masters, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Golizada from deep. No good. Belumo comes down with it. Here's Jackson McKay. Gets it over to Ugba. Nice finish with the left hand there. And gets a find over to Sami Jahan. Jahan now bringing it up. Nice hesitation, but can't get by. Some great defense there by Tevin McCallum, showing some great patience. Showing some very good patience, staying in front of his man and preventing the finish. That was a great finish, and with that, we're going to take a quick timeout here. 7:13 to go here in the third. It is TBA 62, Northstar Prep 27. We'll be right back.
Top Flight Academy have went back to back.
And we are back here, MPA Central Session, day number 3, last game of the day. We got Toronto Basketball Academy in the building for their first matchup of the session here in Ottawa, Ontario.
So,
yep, go ahead, Nick.
Sorry to cut you off there, Grex.
I will never forgive you.
TBA and CTA have now become the only 2 teams that have beat Crestwood. And guess what we have for our viewers on Saturday? Tomorrow.
Yes.
TBA versus CTA.
And this is the beauty of the sessions, is that everybody face everybody.
Definitely, it's great to have everyone under one roof.
It is, because you get to create some relationships you otherwise would never really get a chance to see. You know, you get to know people on a little bit more of a personal level, given the time spent together over the last couple of days.
I mean, where else would you have New Brunswick playing Calgary, right? So we had RNS versus Edge. And then where else would you have St. Laurent playing other teams from across the country?
Halifax.
I mean, you know, exactly, St. Laurent and Halifax.
Don't worry, I'll help you. Golizada tries to get the finish there, but Masters right behind him with the finish.
That's why we pay you the big bucks, Greco.
Yep. You try to.
But yeah, it's such a unique environment to have all these areas and regions from across Canada be represented in one building. Golizade goes up, can't finish.
Clearly some contact there, but I think we're in a mode of just continue to play. If it, you know, we're playing some old school Rucker Park rules here, where if you're not bleeding, it's not a foul. As we've got, I believe we might have had some. Yep, we got some substitutions on the floor. Coming back in is Malachi Alexander and Jackson McKay. Back into the game. Bringing it up now is Masters. Also into the game is number 10 for TBA, Caillou Lacroix. Here's Golizada. Oh, he's going to get caught with that negative step, Nick. And that's been one that you've been bringing up.
Yep, the negative step is going to be something that I don't know if we'll ever get it out of the game, but I've seen it.
It's just something that just gets, you know, bad habits, man. It's just on the playground.
We've seen it all weekend long. But with that, we'll take you guys to a commercial. Don't go anywhere. We've got the rest of this game coming up.
He's got the answer. That boy's not messing around, Tarek.
And we'd like to welcome everyone back to the NPA Central session here in Ottawa. Northstar Prep with the possession, bringing it up. As Malachi Alexander with the ball, he's being guarded by Lacroix, number 10 out of TBA. Oh, nice find inside there to McCallum, just can't get the finish. And here comes Mpofo, still with it. Masters up and in, you can count it. Marcus Masters, some great transition offense there, Nick.
Nice use of body control there from Marcus Masters. He puts a little bit of English on the ball as well. Malachi Alexander had his hands up, didn't matter. Marcus Masters, one of the best finishers inside. Manuel Ugba with the rock up top. Gets swung around, eventually taken by TBA.
And there's going to be an out of bounds call And it's going to be TBA ball on the possession there. It looks like it was knocked loose by a Northstar defender. Got to love that extra effort on the other side. And here's the inbound. Trying to find the open man. Lacroix for three. Little short. It's going to go off the top iron. Possibly invisible to the cameras, but we definitely saw it knock off. As these are drop-down basketball nets. As Alexander now bringing it up. He's guarded by Lacroix. And this is a good defensive matchup for Lacroix here. Just getting used to the idea of going up against guys that can be so agile from side to side. For a guy like him at 6'5", he's going to need to have more of that training as we go along. As we can count the three by Woodstock there.
Tevin McCallum hit the three, actually.
Oh, excuse me. My apologies, Nick. I was fascinated by the defensive stance of Lacroix. And we got a break and play here as Masters going to the line for two.
I never agreed with the out of bounds call on the upright. I just thought if it hits the upright, you should have a chance to go get it.
I disagree. I just think there's too many variations to take into consideration. I mean, what if it falls out of bounds?
Hey, if it goes out of bounds, then it's out of bounds. But if it hits the top upright, just let the boys go get it.
Lacroix finished there.
I'm going to petition for this. It's going to be a rule change.
I don't know if the NPA officials are going to agree with that one. It may make it look like a bit of a clown show. As Malachi goes up. Woodstock rejected. Oh, here comes Mpofo off to the races. And Lacroix can't finish. And bringing it in, out of bounds call though, but you gotta love the effort from Javon Ray, excuse me.
I really like that push dribble there by Mpofo.
Yeah.
He was able to cover a lot of ground. He's really made a name for himself here early on.
For sure. And the inbound now, Jackson McKay is gonna bring it in. And we got some substitutions in for the game. Into the game is Noah Parr, number 9 for Northstar Prep. Class of 2019, standing at 6'3", from Pinawa, Manitoba. And we're going to have ourselves a injury timeout, unfortunately. We'll be right back here in the NPA Central Session.
Hi, I'm Brandon Talbot. I'm Mito for Northborough Hoops. Hey, yo, right from the start, the whole time.
Same thing, yo.
Let's go.
Going over, yo. Go, White
Yeah, yo, let's just play, bro. For real.
Play our game.
Yo, energy, no quiet stuff, bro. Hey, you good? Come here, Pete. Come here, Pete.
And we're back here in the NPA Central Session, Day 3 action. Northstar Prep trying to chew into this 40-point deficit here in the third quarter that Toronto Basketball Academy has built up. Here's Jackson McKay getting it over to Tevin McCallum. McKay for three, no good. And the rebound is Woodstock fighting for it. Great second effort there, but it's taken away by Javon Ray. And he's going to run up the floor with it. Gets it over to Mpofo. Over to the corner, Lacroix, no good. And it's going to go off of Zeffy's favorite thing on the court at this moment. The what is it you called it?
The upright.
The upright. The jury's still out on whether that's the proper name for it, ladies and gentlemen, but Zeffy's on the case. Alexander now trying to work off the screen, goes up and can't get the finish though. Here's Mpofo on the rebound. Here's Ray up and in. You can count an impressive finish there by the youngster.
Ray gets up over the rim, just lays it in. Nice extension. Good explosion.
Yeah, you can see his body language. He's real confident right now. He's going to try things he normally wouldn't. Like that. But he's okay.
Tough fall there.
He's going for the big highlights. And for anyone that was watching, unfortunately, it was Emmanuel Ugba that went down with it looked like a bit of a cramp. And you can see him here on the bench now trying to roll it out.
Good for Emmanuel trying to get back into this one.
Yeah.
Looks like it was a calf cramp.
Well, in this case, you know, that's a lot of character as there's another turnover. And Pofo with the alley-oop. Slam to Lacroix. A little bit of Showtime Lakers there for Toronto basketball.
Nice unselfish play. You like to see the boys moving the ball around like that.
And that's it, right? If you're going to have a 2-on-0, you might as well. Miss. Oh, great effort there on the second chance, though, by both players for Northstar, but it's going to result in a rebound for number 7, Tajon Graham, and he's going to get fouled by Julian Woodstock. And as a result, it's going to be TBA ball. 2:24 to go here in the third, 74-30. Toronto Basketball Academy just, I mean, they just came out here and they just had the energy, just simply put.
Look, TBA has a squad that's been together for a couple of years now. Northstar Prep is an expansion program. Like we've alluded to a couple times here, this level of competition isn't normally found in Winnipeg and in Manitoba. Not saying that the competition is weak, just saying that at the prep school level, it's completely different. TBA's been with us in the MPA since our start 3 years ago. So, you know, there's no doubt in my mind this Northstar program will eventually get there. You don't want to peak out now.
No,
right?
for sure, for sure.
You want to play your best basketball in March. I think Northstar will be a different team when we see them again, or if TBA does get to see them again as well, as there's a charge call, and that's going to be Northstar ball out of bounds.
And as we can see, you know, the reserves in here for TBA, there is no gas off the pedal whatsoever for the energy level here. This is a second unit that wants to prove that they deserve a few more minutes on this roster. And, I mean, you've got to love that second effort right now as there's another as Ciccolini now checks back into the game as well for TBA.
These guys at TBA love playing the game, and they only play one way. They play hard, they play smart, and they play for each other. So it doesn't matter who's really on the court for them or the score. They're gonna continue to play their hearts out.
Yep, and there's a shot. It's a good effort, just a little bit short here. Good rebound there. McKay gets the rebound, finds the open man, missed shot. And here we go, another offensive board for Northstar. We're seeing a little life from them. Here's Alexander gonna go up. Can't get the roll, though. And we're off to the races. Ciccolini. Oh, nice move back. And Pofo up and in. Great drive to the basket there. Just a full lean in.
And Pofo's been one of the best players in this game. He's just scored consistently and efficiently.
There's a look outside. Alexander now. He's guarded by Lacroix. As I alluded to, this is going to be an interesting matchup for Lacroix. Kicks it out. You can count it. Quentin Cochran, there's a guy, a sharpshooter for Northstar. We've seen him light it up a few times already in this session.
Yeah, he definitely has. He's got good stroke, good follow through, and a nice rotation on the ball.
Oh, nice find there. Ciccolini gets it out to find the open man. There's going to be another travel. Step, then dribble. Dribble, then step. That is what we want. As we've got a substitution into the game is Amadis Nadars McKay. And it's going to be an inbound. It's Jackson McKay on the inbound. Gets it over to Alexander. Alexander trying to work off the screen. Gets it inside. There's going to be a foul there as McCallum was trying to get through to the paint. And he got a little bit of a hip check there, if you will.
Yeah, he took a little bit of a hip check through the paint. I like his aggression, though.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to get to the rim, make the right plays.
Yeah, and that's all you can do in this moment. Little step back jumper, no good. It's going to roll out of bounds, and it's going to be TBA basketball. But you got to love it here. There's Coach Leonard still coaching, still showing guys little things that they could be doing a little bit better as the game progresses. He's not going to stop doing his job, no matter what it is.
Oh, there's no quit in him. There's no quit in this Northstar team.
And that's going to do it here in the third quarter, Nick. We have a bit of a game here in the fourth coming up. It's TBA 76, Northstar 32. We'll be right back.
I'm Michaela Roche. I played for 4 years at the University of Minnesota for the Golden Gophers in the Big Ten Conference. I coached for 3 years at Kansas State University with the Wildcats. I just completed playing professionally in Greece, and I am the National Women's Basketball Scout for North Pole Hoops.
low post right. This is Roche. Quick square around move.
Every day, waking up, I need to find a way to make girls basketball better. And so that's my job, to be able to help you as a player, as a student athlete, as a young woman, and just to be able to really understand the ins and outs of what it takes to be successful both in basketball, but also in life.
Third angle left, underneath Roche. Quick move to the left. Left hand banks it in for two.
I've lived and I've done a lot of what some of these young girls seek to do. You know, being a coach, being a team captain when I played, I want to guide them. I want to give them advice and help provide opportunity through the scouting report and the showcases and the exposures. Just be able to build a relationship and get to know them and help them just really be the best young women and basketball players that they can be. I will be evaluating talent and scouting across Canada, just evaluating players' strengths, weaknesses, area for improvement, and also making a prediction and recommendations in terms of where they can take their career and what directions they could be looking at. The opportunities are endless. If girls basketball players in Canada want to excel and want to make a career out of basketball, they have every single opportunity to. It's just a matter of putting the work in, putting the consistency in, putting the discipline in. So to have this project on my lap after everything that I've lived and that I've kind of been through with basketball, the timing is perfect. And again, the potential and the room for growth and the room for opportunity with girls basketball.
I'd like to welcome everyone back here, NPA Central session, final quarter of day 3. Toronto Basketball Academy with a comfortable 76-32 lead over Northstar Prep out of Winnipeg, Manitoba. And of course, Northstar, this is their second game of the night. Toronto Basketball Academy, this is their first game of the session. Off to a flying start, if you will. As Malachi Alexander bringing it up for Northstar. They are in black as Toronto Basketball Academy in the whites. No good there on the shot. Rebound comes down for Jaden Duwall.
Looking back at today's jam-packed day of games, right off the start we had Edge versus RNS. RNS came through with the victory. It was definitely a surprise, I'd say, to the most of us. They're definitely a good team, but we had Edge kind of, you know, covering the spread at least on that one. Halifax Prep and Oakville Prep went at it. Oakville Prep gave Halifax all they could handle, but you know,
I'm a big fan of Oakville, especially considering how rough the start of their season was, and to really see it really started at the Humber Classic against London Basketball. You could see them really starting to kind of bring it together. Jordan Prasad, Kevon Armstrong, both of those guys had some big games there, and they've really carried that energy over into these sessions. Now it's just a matter of closing them out.
And Jordan Prasad is coming off an injury as well. He had a hip flexor issue. He looked terrific today, but he's battling through an injury. And on the flip side, Halifax Prep, they've just got so much size and are able to do so many different things. Then Beast and Northstar. Northstar was able to pick up their first win of the MPA season. Big accomplishment for any expansion team, really.
For sure, and Beast Prep, of course, was leading for most of that game, and they've got a little bit of learning now to do. Is once again the idea of just closing out these matchups when you've been in control for most of it. You just can't allow those runs near the end, as Northstar was able to close the door on them with just a few seconds remaining, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, Beast definitely was bringing the energy, I'd say, for about 3 quarters.
3.5 quarters. It was them, and then
Northstar, squeaked it out there at the end, so that was a big win for them. Then we looked at Saskatoon and GTA Prep. That was a fun game.
I'm gonna say that's probably at least the second most entertaining game of the day.
Yeah, GTA Prep had a ton of runouts, good play from everyone. Big dunk from Andrew Robinson.
And I'll also say, Saskatchewan, this is my first time getting a chance to see a Saskatchewan team play live, and I can tell you right now that the game of basketball is in good hands out there in that province.
That's as it is all of Western Canada. So we got a chance to see your personal favorite, Cole Newkirk.
Yes, love the work that he was doing. You could see he's just a big, tough guy that was able to knock down some big shots. As we have Ciccolini there on the attempt shot there, and finally a tip in there by number 19, Jaden Duwall. Also not to be left out. And Pofo dropping his defender earlier in that one. A nice little move off the dribble there. But of course, Nick, all of that was just a lead up in a sense to the big matchup between two of the top-ranked teams in the country.
Yes, Crestwood and CTA. But before we get there, I also want to shed a little bit of light on St. Laurent and Halifax Prep. That was also, I thought it was a very good matchup between two teams, Eastern Canada. I really like the way St. Laurent just played hard. They play so hard, and Junior Mercy, point guard, St. Laurent, remember the name.
Yeah, I remember him.
He is very dynamic.
Absolutely, and I'd say, you know, outside of that bad first quarter that they had, where they were down by about 20. Everything after that, though, it was even. They went shot for shot with Halifax all the way through. And to be honest, if it wasn't for that bad run, it would have been a much closer game. Heck, you could have even made the argument that St. Laurent could have pulled out that win. And they've got plenty to build on if they go back and look at that tape.
And their head coach was terrific all throughout the entire game, motivating the guys. And, you know, St. Laurent has younger guys with the CJEP program out there, so all kudos to them.
In the league,
yes,
at this point.
definitely. Then Crestwood and CTA. You know,
what can you say about that? That was just.
I thought it was a great game, and then you know, at the end there when Jacoby fouled out with a questionable call, you know, CTA took over basically.
Oh, that was a foul though.
You know, it's been a hot topic in this gym.
Yeah,
you know, talking to a bunch of people. I mean, Jacoby.
I thought it was a foul. You could see him reaching out. But I get it, because in those games, you know, do you want to be the ref that makes that call with 4 fouls on the best player in your team?
Yeah, and Jacoby's definitely the motor for Crestwood, and he had some great moves. But for CTA, let's not forget about their guys. So Enoch Kalembe went off. He was unbelievable, as well as Teslock. Luck, who had 24 points. It was an overall team effort there for CTA.
And for sure. And that brought us to this game here where, you know, granted, all kudos goes to Toronto Basketball Academy. They came out here and handled business. They knew that they were facing a team that's already played a game, had a brutal travel schedule coming into this, and they took advantage, full advantage, and made sure that they were going to secure a win today, and they've done just that. So as we get back here with Makai Alexander bringing the ball inside, and unfortunately that's just Belumo. He's just got a little bit of learning to do still. It's just clear that easily he shuffled his feet before dribbling, and at some point he's going to have to learn to, you know, really kind of calm himself down when he's working in that post.
Yep, and
because
good call
got
by the referees.
Yeah, no, great call by the refs, and yeah. He's a guy that can make a huge difference down the line. He's just got to learn the ins and outs and the intricacies of the game a little bit more consistently.
It looks like he's new to the game.
For sure.
But
yeah.
no shortage of effort.
And potential. I mean, bottom line, I mean, this is the thing. You know, you go to a certain level at this point, and athletically, the guys are there. It really just comes down to the decision making. And, you know, you can have a coach that can draw up the greatest plays in the world, but at the end of the day, the players have to go out and execute it.
Yep. Has a lot to do with IQ, as do most sports.
Yes, they do. So I'd interrupt there, Nick, as Jahan brings up. Lacroix is going to go up and under. Can't finish the bucket, though. Cochran brings it down. 4:55 to go. And a big dunk there by number 19, Jaden Duwall. Here's Julian Woodstock. Cochran tries to go up. He's going to get the foul, though. That's Tevin McCollum. Good take there.
Like Tevin's aggression, going right at the defender, trying to use the rim for protection. He's going to head to the foul line, shoot 2.
For sure. Here we are at the line is Tevin McCollum. A little short on the free throw.
In terms of performances today, RNS, Kellen Tynes, one of the best performances we've seen from him. As we alluded to in Halifax Prep.
You know, it's interesting, Nick. we talk about the power rankings occasionally here on these broadcasts today, and there were some people wondering, you know, how does a team like RNS from the beginning of the year make a jump from, you know, the mid-20s all the way down to 15? And I think they've managed to prove a lot of things in the first couple of days of this session of why it is that they're in the position they are so far in the rankings, with a couple of huge statement wins, to your point of what you were telling about those performances.
Yeah, and I think another big reason for their huge wins, Sam Alamatu. He has come to play, one of the top double-double guys in the league. He's starting to really work on his three-point stroke as well as his body. He's looking terrific. At Halifax Prep, we had Okoye. I don't want to mess.
Ugodo.
Yeah, he played as well as played well.
I was gonna say, because I was sitting there and I'm going, that like, this guy's something else, and you're sitting there going, I have never seen this from him, and I'm going, oh well.
Hey, he had a great game. I think he had one of the best games.
And misses the dunk there. Number 7, Tijan Graham, will not be on the highlight reel for the Central session. And there's a trip, and we'll see if he can do it one more time. He's going to do it this time, and he misses with the left hand, and bringing it down is Quentin Cochran.
The team will not let him live that one down.
Oh, definitely not.
They are all laughing.
Yes,
and
as they should.
And Coach has his face in his hands.
It's okay though, because he's still
sorry, Tejan.
Yeah, sorry, Tejan, because to be honest, he's actually had a very, very good game for this squad.
He just hit a 3 actually a couple of possessions ago.
Exactly. See, you know, he's done good things. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. A nice shot there, Lacroix. Lacroix with the nice corner 3 there. 91-41, 3:19 to go here. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy to see Tevin McCallum going for blood at this point. And a big throwdown by Lacroix. That's his second dunk of the game.
Lacroix has done some really good things here. He's shown that he can be a versatile piece for TVA.
And we've got McCallum. Oh, nice look in the corner there. But some great defense. Cochran for 3. Just rims out. Just a tough day at the office for the Northstar shooters.
Northstar shooters. I like it.
And Jahan, no good there. Here's Cochran. Cochran. Oh, there's Sammy Jahan, though. There's that steel sharpening steel moments there. And Ishan Khan puts it up, and a big throwdown from Lacroix. And here's the bring up. McCallum. Pull-up jumper, hand in his face. Oh, it just misses. Ishan Khan brings it down. Another up, and Lacroix can't finish that one, though. Gets it over to Cochran. Cochran now. He's going to take on his defender. Nice screen there, but just can't seem to finish with the floater. And here's Sammy Jahan. Nope. Tries to go up and doesn't get the dunk. Excuse me. Sorry. That was Javon Ray. And Coach Leonard is going to call a timeout here from Northstar Prep. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. It is TBA 97, Northstar 41. We'll be right back.
NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. Now is your chance to get involved with the fastest growing sport in Canada with the industry leaders and influencers. Get in the game today and join NPH in growing basketball in this country. NPH events. There's an opportunity to get involved at the ground level. NPH hosts elite level high school tournaments to national club team championships throughout the course of the season. NPH Scouting Service. The NPH Scouting Service is another platform for exposure with a network of over 300 coaches and scouts from some of the most recognizable brands and
we're back here, NPA Central session here in Ottawa. We've got the final minute, 50 seconds of action here on day 3. Northstar Prep trying to finish off this game on a strong note. Going up against Toronto Basketball Academy. As Emmanuel, the shot goes up and under. It's a miss. McKay comes down with the rebound, just rims out. But it's going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be Toronto basketball. And now bringing in, there's the inbound. On the inbound is going to be Jaden DeWall. Bringing it up, Sammy Jahan. Surveying his options. Point here will put them in triple digits. Here's Ray. Ray with Jackson on him. Step back shot, nope. Lacroix lets it go from 3, missed shot. And it's going to be, coming down with it is number 9, Noah Parr. Gets it over to McKay. McKay hits it over. Here's Ugba. Good to see him back on the floor after an earlier injury. Oh, nice turnaround finish with the left hand there by Belumo. Bringing it up now, Jahan. 48 seconds left. Jahan kicks it off to the corner. Khan, no good on the 3. Woodstock comes down with it. Belumo gets it off to the corner. This is Noah Parr coming up. Nice find inside to Woodstock, and good finish under the basket there. A little bit of life here from Northstar in the closing seconds of this game.
It's good to see them fighting till the end here.
Here's Jahan. Jahan's going to try and go up himself, but there's going to be called with the foul as he tried to go walking through the trees. And coming into the game is Amadis Nadars McKay. He's going to close it out here for Ugba, who came up limping again after that earlier cramp. And we're going to have ourselves another quick timeout. And we'll be back in just a minute here in the NPA Central Session.
Next level.
Either kill or be killed, you know. On the court, you have to be competitive. You have to have a dog in you, or if not, you're not going to succeed or you're not going to do well in the sport.
It's not a game. This is not a game. Don't waste your time. This is not for everybody, so you got to make a decision by the end of today if this is really what you want. Okay.
Session. A couple of moments left here. 16 seconds. Final possession here for TBA most likely.
Julian, go.
And Jahan kicking it over and a turnover. Here's Woodstock. Julian Woodstock. He's going to go all the way up and just can't get it to rim in, but gets it back. He's blocked. And that's going to be the game. The final score here is TBA off to a solid start here in the Central Session with a 97-45 win over Northstar Prep. And with that, that wraps up day number 3 action. We will see you all bright and early tomorrow at 9 a.m. with RNS taking on Oakville Prep. I'd like to say a big thank you to all of the production staff who did such an amazing job throughout this day. And also to, on behalf of my partner, Nick Zeffi, I'd like to wish everybody a safe and happy night. We will see you bright and early, 9 a.m. tomorrow.